When Jesus walked along the shoreline of the Sea of Galilee or Lake Gennesareth, same lake that was called by both names, he saw these fishers out there. He called them and said, "Come and follow me." And they did. They left it behind and they followed it. And all of it sounds so easy peasy. Well, hold it for a moment. Let's go backtrack a little bit. Jesus coming, calling Simon and Andrew, James and John, and we stop right there for a moment before they say yes, before they actually follow him. What do you think went on in their mind? What they thought about? Because Jesus asked them, give up your job, give up your family. Are you ready for that? I cannot imagine if they really took Jesus' call for what it was, that they had not thought about this a lot. You don't just throw it all away, do you? It's your livelihood. It was their livelihood. It was their family. Who is ready to give up their family? James and John with their dad in the boat. Looking back at Dad, do you leave Dad behind like that? No. It's not that easy peasy. I think there was some wrestling going on in them. I think there was some pondering going on. What will I get into by following Jesus? What will it be looking like? Lots of question marks, way more than the security and comfort of being home, of fishing, of doing what you've always done, of being in that routine. Jesus calls them out of that. The other gospel story, Jesus again on the shore of the lake, and Peter with others, they're fishing. And after Jesus taught the disciples, those who gathered there, he tells Peter, go in deeper, go deeper in. And Peter thinks, I don't think he has any idea about fishing. Because, he says, all night long we have been out there fishing. And now he tells us, go back in during daytime? Peter knew about fishing. He wasn't the first in his family to do fishing. He had the experience, he had the knowledge. He was out there. He had been a few times around the block. Yeah. And Jesus tells him, go in deeper, go in deeper. And Peter says, even though this does not make sense, and don't we sometimes have those questions when we hear and feel this tug on our hearts? I'm not sure I'm ready. I'm not sure this makes sense. I'm not sure I will be willing to move in that direction of Jesus. Peter says, even though this all does not fully add up with my experience, with my knowledge, with what I understand, doesn't make sense, I'll do it. I'll trust it. I'll try. And he goes into the deep. They cast their nets wide, and what a catch! What a catch! What a surprise! What a gift! What a treasure he discovers right there. There is a young fellow coming to Jesus, wonderful, successful businessman. And he knows there is something in Jesus, and Jesus tells him, you know what? As answer to his question, how do I get into God's kingdom? How do I experience heaven? How do I get it? Jesus says, well, his first response, keep all the commandments. And the young fellow says, I did it, clean slate, did my best. And then Jesus tells him, give up everything you own and follow me. And the young fellow is not ready to let go. If I would have been in his shoes, I'm not sure I would be ready. Willing to give up everything, the livelihood like Peter, James, John, and Andrew, giving up family, giving up all your attachments, what you're connected with? Is Jesus asking too much? What is Jesus offering? Let's look at it from the other perspective. What Jesus is offering is as much or even more valuable than all I mentioned before. Isn't that amazing? What Jesus offers these followers, what Jesus offers you, is more valuable than a job, a livelihood, an income. What Jesus offers is even more precious and more valuable than family. What Jesus offers is more valuable than all the wealth in the world. It's hard for me to grasp it, what Jesus offers. Jesus offers the kingdom right here and right now, the realm of heaven right here and right now. He says that's his message. It's right here. Will you buy into it? Kingdom of heaven is right in your midst, right here and right now. He's calling his disciples. He's calling you and me. And I find myself sitting there in the boat with Peter and Andrew, with James and John. I find myself in the shoes of the young ruler. I find myself on the shore in the boat. And I wonder, Jesus, shall I follow him? Is it worth it? Jesus says, follow me. Is it working on you, the question? How will you respond each day through small decisions? How will you respond to Jesus' question? Follow me. Be part of the kingdom. You have nothing to lose. It's precious. It's worth it. Will you follow him?